Hey, chat. I'm starting a little bit earlier than usual, about like a minute earlier, but who's really tracking, you know? But hi. Oh, hi. That's not supposed to be on screen. There we go. Hi, chat. How's everyone doing? I have done a lot with my model since last night. I have done a lot. So, I want to start a little bit earlier to actually show off everything I have done in like the past couple hours. Cuz that's kind of why I ended up starting stream a little later is because I forgot again to yeah, the eyebrows move. My eyebrows move. My eyes close a little differently, which I think looks better all around. I'm noticing that uh this is not at the right resolution for some reason. There we go, that's better. But yeah, the eyebrows move. My pins, if I get closer and then move up, my pins now wobble a lot more, as well as I made my mouth move a little bit better. Just a little bit better, nothing super major. I don't know like great model rigging. I'll never claim to know great model rigging. But I've been messing with my model a lot today. I didn't mess with the shirt. The shirt still moves great. I had to fix the tail because the tail was clipping through my arms. But I don't think I did anything else. The flaps on my shirt also move a little bit better, but not super amazing. And I think that's it. Oh, thank you. That's it. And now, today, we're playing a game I haven't touched in a very long time. And I mean very long time. Let's see, let's go on Twitch real fast and see when the last time I streamed Phoenix Wright was. Because it's been a while. It's probably been so long that it might not even show up in my list of recent broadcasts. No, I didn't think so. It's been so long that's not even on the list. So it's been more than 2 months. It's been over 2 months since the last time I did Phoenix Wright. But we're doing it today. Let me actually bring the. Why is the screen broken? I didn't mess with the screen. Why is it broken? Weird. Oh, double weird. It's not like moving properly. Oh, that's why. There we go. I don't know why it wasn't moving proper. It's not moving properly, but whatever. Hopefully, it doesn't mess with the projector picture. The projector picture is all the way over here. How badly is this messed up? Because this seems like it might be messed up a lot. And I don't know. We're about to find out when I open the game. That I had to re-download. It's been that long since I've streamed this game that it wasn't even downloaded onto this computer, and I had to redo it. I had to re-download it before the start of stream. I didn't even realize. Oh, there we go. It's already just open. Good to know. All right. Hypothetically, okay, cool. I see. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm just supposed to, for this, I'm just supposed to, like, full screen it. I love when things don't work. It's such a great feeling, you know? There we go. Projector's in the right place now. The screen is in the right place. Yeah, there we go. I wish. I need to make it do something special, but I don't. Technically, um, I guess even technically, just lore wise, no. My arm just. I just lost it in a fucking detective case once. I got blown off, and I didn't think to program anything special into it. I probably should, you know? I probably should, but I haven't. It would have been cool, you know? It'd be cool to actually make it do something, but I have not. I never set that up. Honestly, I don't even know what I'd make it do. I think at one point, I know like when I do like VR chat streams, it does show it's what's holographing a chat. I know I have that set up. But past that, no, nothing super like interesting or out there. It's just a robot arm filled with purple witch blood, you know, the normal, the usual, the way the world intended. Nothing too special. It does have some holographic abilities. Technically speaking, it is also supposed to be able to interface with any computer, but I can't really like rig that onto the model. So that's not something I can show. But yeah, you got just your standard run of the mill. I am. I'm a detective and a former spy. Of course, I have to have some hacking abilities. Technically, Zumi over there can turn into a hard drive that can go onto any computer as well. So that's why she comes on me with all my detective cases. Is because she can also interface with any system, but she can interface better than my arm can. So usually she's more the hacker over there than I am. But if Zumi's not here, say on vacation or something, then I can use my arm to do it myself. I didn't even realize you used that redeem because literally nobody ever has used that redeem for anything. You are the first person to use Ask the Witch. The first person ever. I want to throw that out there. Like nobody else has. I forgot that redeem existed. That redeem was literally just supposed. That's not even rigged up correctly because it's supposed to highlight your message, and it didn't even do that. But literally, that's all that was supposed to do. Is you're supposed to be able to like ask me stuff, and your message is supposed to be highlighted so that I know that you're asking me stuff. And I just no one's you're the first person to ever use that redeem. So thank you for that. It's definitely supposed to highlight messages, but I'm starting to realize I don't actually know how to do that. So that's probably the reason it doesn't. Anyways, yeah, so cool. Thank you for doing that. We're getting to some Ace Attorney though. I haven't played this in a while, and I don't remember where I was. We are on the bonus episode of this, I believe. I believe this is a bonus episode. I think, if I remember correctly, I think we were working on. I don't remember what this case is. I think this case is about. Yeah, I remember Emma. I do remember Emma. Emma was important. I remember Emma, but I don't remember what the case was. Hmm. I don't remember at all what this case was, actually. Like, I want to say that this case had something to do with, Emma's sister, I think? I think it's something to do with Emma's sister. I'm not entirely certain. I'm really not. I can't for the death of me remember. But I believe it's something to do with Emma's sister killing someone, potentially. Hmm. Fuck it. I guess we're just gonna go in blind and see. Also, can I take this out of full screen? Is it a possibility? No. Understood. That's alright. I have my iPad here for chat, so we're good. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is confused as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the... Right, I remember now. I remember now. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So how'd it go? It says, Mr. Wright suspects the police are clueless. Figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. Plea bargain? What do you mean? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't see capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. Milana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I am much in the dark about this as they are. This guy, found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jack Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's a trump card I have up my sleeve today. You don't understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall? We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. Alright, okay, alright. I kind of remember the case. A little bit. I remember the case. Also, is the game volume good? I would assume yes, but I should ask just to make sure. Also, how does this look if I'm on the bigger screen? Do I take up too much space? No, I might just leave it on the bigger screen. Well, there's no sound right now. Hang on. Unless you're saying you haven't heard the game this whole time. That's different. But there's definitely audio. There is 100% audio. Okay. I didn't change anything, so I don't know what was happening. But alright, cool. I know Phoenix Wright well enough to know there's like nothing that gets louder than this. So this volume should be fine. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is... I'm afraid you have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. If the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just... disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edwards' car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder of the police department. In doing so, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. And that's what sets Mr. Edwards apart. He sounds so on top of things. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. Alright, okay, let's go. Let's rock. I got this. We got this, Chad. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Actually, first and foremost, court record. What do I have? I have the knife. Oh, I have a fuck ton. Oh, the fingerprint set, that doesn't matter, that matters. I'm just gonna try and, like, jog my memory. Bruce Goodman and Miles Edwards were the only people who entered and exited with who put their name. Screwdriver, and then Marshall's fingerprints. Unstable jar. Okay. Alright. I think I remember this case enough to do this without, like, any refreshers. You may call your first witness on the day of the stand. It is for the first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Okay. Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. So that's Lana. Oh no, that's fucking this dweeb. Well then it's this, please state his name and occupation. Yes sir, I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that'd be murder, sir. Meekins. The fuck are you talking about? So you're telling me you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I never kill anyone again, sir. You gotta believe me. They still gave him his fucking megaphone for no reason. Actually, what you call part of the younger generation? A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. iPad, would you like to work for me? Thank you. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes? Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order. Ew, I don't like Meekins. He doesn't have a brain. He just follows orders. Meekins is gross. After all, I am part of the generation that must be told what to do. I don't like you. You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. You can fault him for a lot. I can promise you that. Witness testimony. Alright, what do you got? Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. Spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then, I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. Victim, Detective Goodman attacked you. Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted, and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. Fest may begin cross-examining. What I need here is more info to work with. Alright. Okay, cool. We got this. Alright, let's see. No duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. Spotted a suspicious man on security cameras and rushed to the room. Let me press on this one. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife! If a gunman pulled a knife on you, what happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You are exactly the kind of person someone would want to... You aren't exactly the type of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. You just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be. When I saw the blood trickle down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I know when he says he did it, I'm assuming he means that he stabbed him, but I'm curious if he, explains how. What exactly do you mean by when you say did it? I know I don't look the type. I'm usually into kung fu films, sir. A man left his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. See. He must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of blood, and then next thing I knew, yes, he punched me right in my face. He punched you in your face. Your face is Okay, hang on. What? Did you pass out from the punch? Or did you pass out... Never mind. No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. He kept crying tears of pain. It's nice, it's nice that you recovered, that is. Came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. Trying him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can rest easy now. This is what he was telling us yesterday. Well, we need to try and skim some more details from him. For starters, who's the officer from the General Affairs Department? Right, I need to ask him that. Why the fuck was he there why is he assigned to guard the evidence room in the first place? Mr. Meekins, you're in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I am in charge of hiring new recruits. Yikes. Now there's a scary thought. Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir, the lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives. This fuck-ass thing. I hate this thing. It's so fucking gross. I want to ensure I wasn't broken during the transferal process. Look at it move. My sole mission for the day, sir. It is a finger. It just realized a handprint on its head. I see. Sounds like a very, important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there's so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? Did I press on this one? That was your twin. Fucking wild. I don't know if I asked him in this one. You're going to enter the evidence room. You need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then your ID number should be listed on here, right? There it is. I found it. It's the one right there. Could you please read us the number? 498-9596. I should write this down. I need a notebook. Hang on, chat. I should have grabbed a notebook. Hang on. Wait. Relax. Wait. I should have grabbed a notebook. Give me a second. Oh, my back. I'm back. I got it. We're good for chilling. I probably should have grabbed that, like, from the get-go, but fuck it. Because I don't know if he's going to write it down properly or not, so just in case. Meekin's number was 498-9596. 498-9596. Got it. Cool. Perfect. Alright. I see. Huh. But the number 498-9596 was used twice. He did write it down. Thank God. Please explain. It was written twice. No real mystery, sir. The first time was when I relocated the Blue Badge to the evidence room. The second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see. So I was starting that second time, and yes, sir. That's when I spotted the man on the security screen. Okay, so I didn't need to get a notebook. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man that officer, in quotes, murdered, really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekin? With regards to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Grant delivered it to me just this morning. The chief? Delivered it? What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir, that's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security cameras in the evidence room. Brother, I need you to fucking relax. What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape. I was told to have been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. We know. Trust me, we know. It's like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us a video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. Video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? Ugh, that stutter was fucking bad. That's actively fucking terrifying. That's a fucking... Oh, hi. Why are you like this? We don't get to see his face at all, do we? I bet you we don't get to see his face at all. There's Meekins. That's so dumb. That flag is so stupid. That's so dumb. No, go back. That flag happened to be right there. Where did the dude go? Wait. Was that there the whole time? I love everyone's face. I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with this unsettling feeling stirring within us? Brother, that showed the... What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? So that was the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Can I watch that again? I need to see something. There's something very specific in that I need to see. Okay, no, the trench coat was there the entire time. Oh, thank God, rewatching it doesn't have the fucking audio. I'm trying to see if there's anything, like, I didn't notice. But I don't think so. He just kind of fucking... goes for it. Hey, I don't think he does anything special. There goes Meekins. That damn flag was a fucking op. Because why that flag stay there the entire fucking time? That flag stayed on that man's face the whole time. And then it's just Meekins. There's nobody, no nothing. It's just Meekins. Meekins, the other dude disappears entirely. Okay, yes, well, anyways, this tape seemed to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone. The evidence, oh, Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incompetent footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. All right with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir, as you wish, sir. Okay, we get a new testimony. Sweet. Perfect. His face can't be clearly seen in the video. I fucked it up. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprints to do so. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. This is about a fingerprint. Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. Stop. I'm too fast at clicking. Trini, that would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead. But everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. Okay, so I have to contradict something here. Its face can't be clearly seen in this video. But there's no question that other person was Detective Goodman, sir. When you open the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprints to do so, do I have anything that could, like, dispute that? Right, there was a pool of blood there. What if he, like, dragged himself out? No. I don't know, dog. I actually don't know. There's bloody... Huh. Well, you open the locker required Detective Goodman's fingerprints to do so. The locker you open is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, so it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. That sounds true enough. The victim's body was found at the prosecutor's office. There has to be a mistake somewhere. There are things so much more intense than in the movies. You can use the player to watch as much as you like. The security video. Maybe I should take another look at the footage. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Am I supposed to look at this again? So there's fingerprints there. And on that locker. Wait, there's supposed to be fingerprints on this locker. And then that one. Wait. Whoa, wait a second. So when the lockers unlock, the lamp on top is supposed to light up. Right? Okay, bear with me, chat. When the lockers are unlocked, the lamp on top is supposed to light up. But in this video, as you can see, the light is already on. The light's already lit up. So I'm starting to think that he didn't use his fingerprint. He just opened it. The light's already on. Wait. Hang on. I don't know what I'd, like, present that on, though. I'd assume this one. Let me push first. No, these lockers. Is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. The only response to registered fingerprints. I wonder what kind of methods he's tried. And the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints. Must be a person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir. And this, too. I have to present this evidence somewhere, but I don't know where. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video, the man's face. Sir, if I may say something, sir, please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. It was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body. My unsettled state can testify enough to this. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Yes, I can. Let's fucking go. Is there a problem with the security footage? Yes, there is. The light's already on. Regarding the video contained in this tape, there is one thing peculiar that seems rather strange. Strange? Contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. This video contains such a contradiction. Interesting, Your Honor. I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, I propose we have a defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in this video. He would want me to point it out. I can do that. I know what it is. Very well, propose that. Let's further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. I have to point out the problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever done it. Had to do that. You can do it, right? Mr. Wright. I've set it up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand to watch this video. What are you, fucking Deku? Shut up. How did this guy even become a police officer? Now, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where's the contradiction? Oh. Why is it backspace to pause? I pointed at it. I hope it registered. The thing that's strange about this video, it's gotta be this. Offer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand, the locker's apparatus work like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match, the light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that is the way I understand it. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. Every door is closed except for that one. That one's light is already on. Don't make me rewatch it. They're making me rewatch it. Chat, I know what I'm doing. When the victim reaches for the handle, open the locker. Let's rewind to a little earlier. This music's gonna haunt my dreams after this. I'm so upset. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Order, order. What's the meaning of this? Very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. The locker's lockers are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, the sensor is triggered, and lockers are automatically locked. Oh, I know, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. It's not likely, Your Honor. The sensors would have detected and reported any malfunction. Oh well, it just got to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Yes, Your Honor. Why wasn't the locker locked? Me? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the system sensors. Think jam the sensors, you say? Something else that seems out of place in this video. There's maybe another clue somewhere in this footage. Very well. There's something else in this video that shows that the sensor... Wait, stop. Why? The buttons to rewind and fast forward are the worst things in the world. Am I missing something? Oh! I know what I'm missing. I know what it is. 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 Hang on. I think I know exactly what it is. I think it's the glove. Let me actually keep playing it. Just to check something. I think that's the glove. I think the glove was jamming it. I think that's the clue I'm supposed to get at in this. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I'm supposed to get at. I think this glove is it. Please watch closely. This is a continuation of the part I showed you earlier. It has to be the glove. I don't know what else. Nothing else seems wrong. Oh yeah, I mean, it triggered something, so I'm going to assume that the glove is exactly what they're talking about, right? What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when the doors are open. Often. Oh. We can't be sure that the item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensors trigger the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? Yes, the glove was in between the door sensor and the door closing, so that it never actually properly closed. Or that it closed, but it didn't lock. The white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. Just like my tie. 2 of the 3 times I get stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, but the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene, there might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator, you don't mean, I think I finally got it figured out. What was it the insulator that was stuck in the door? The glove that we saw in the door? The thin rubber glove. I found this near the locker. Thin rubber glove, but we can't be sure that was the victim's locker. It has this tag that says SL9 incident. The video seemed to depict the victim opening the door, but that felt something. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir. It would appear so, sir. Yeah. So we are to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman. You must be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edwards? The defense has merely demonstrated the possibility and nothing more. The victim in this video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Sir Meekins, please testify about this. Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Oh, you mean that, sir. Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Very well, begin your testimony. Mystery man number 2. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman. To enter a victim's evidence room, one must use their ID card. The ID card is used in that there is a record of it. At the time, the crime detective had used his card. ID card record, I see. I have an ID record right here, Your Honor. Goodman did, in fact, go in. He used a 514. Is that of the victim's? For the crime, yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why is there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for strong, certain special cases, generally violent cases involving police staff. To me, that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There's only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let's move to the cross-examination. What the fuck am I supposed to cross-examine? There's like 3 lines of dialogue. None of the crime detective had used his card. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. What? Problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. Not like Edward to miss something like this. Oh wait, I have his ID card, don't I? 542189. That is the right number, right? Yeah, that's it. They ended at the same time. That's not right. Wait. Wait. Why did they enter at the same time? That's not... Hang on. Use your ID card. When ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, detective had used his card. There's something obvious here that I'm missing. I don't actually know. About the prosecution officer's crime scene. When was that crime submitted? Wait. Hang on. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to present here. Or where. I'm fucking lost. Not sort of casually fucking save. I'm gonna save right here before I fucking make a mistake and fuck up my whole shit. I don't know. I feel like there's something I'm missing. Enjoy your lurk, by the way. I'm missing something. I'm missing something. I can't think of what. At the time of the crime, his body was found. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I'm missing something here. I'm missing something, and it's supposed to be obvious, and I don't know what I'm missing. What the fuck am I missing? I feel like it's something to do with his ID, but... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I really don't. Wait. Wait. That says 974. Is that not his ID? That isn't his ID. His ID is 5'8", but this one says 5'9". Maybe this is it. 'Cause that's not his ID. Oh, it did something. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. Our parking lot in the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. A very important clue regarding to the victim's ID card. A lost item report is only half completed, but shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe that something was his ID card, right? Can't say for sure. There is a high possibility. The day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. There's a good possibility he didn't have his card because that's what he was missing. This can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room, not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Okay. Does the prosecutor have a response? I have only one thing to say in the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo. Let me just summarize the defense's argument. 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man on the evidence room, Officer Meekins' camera, was not Detective Goodman. There were two grounds to support this. First, the lock in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive to a single conclusion, that the victim in this video is a fake. The murder in the evidence room was also a fake. In other words, the security cameras does not show the instant of the murder. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed confident to be pointing your finger. This is gonna end well. Well. Seems you finally realize exactly what you're gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edward. The defense has already done the explaining for me. Written in the videotape is a fake, which means the murder did not take place. Police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So, the real crime could only take place at 1... Oh. This is... Jesus. Okay. No, that's not true, because there are bloodstains all over there. That's not quite what I was going for. It's all a trap from the beginning. Activity in this evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? Where had the person disappeared to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something else, or else Lana... What should I do? How am I supposed to get this mystery out? Get myself out of this mess? Right, wait, hang on. I don't have... Let me check something. Yeah, Bruce Goodman. I have the bloody fingerprints of a marshal. I do. I have Marshall's fingerprints. It means that there is something that contradicts. One moment, Your Honor. Why now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you've objected to what you've just proven. Of course not. I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? Cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. Security video did not show the actual murder. Okay. I don't... Whoa, wait, whoa, hey, wait, whoa, whoa, hang on. Yeah, I thought so. I just saw that. That cloth wasn't there before. So, this is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Ms. Edward, yes, Your Honor. If the court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. Prosecution considered the incident of the police department to be unrelated. I have not prepped any other witnesses for this incident. I have. This might be my chance. Today be a call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, you don't mean, Your Honor? Defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh? Whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. Truth behind the activity that took place in the evidence room. Prosecutor requests to hear the person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. The person who you like to justify. Fucking Jake Marshall. The person I found all the fucking fingerprints for. Let's... Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? Can't let Edwards know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. Susan agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We should need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well, the court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is supponaged, whatever that word is. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. The court is now in recess. I want to go back to recess. We're already an hour in, and I haven't even made it through the first part of the thing. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seemed you figured everything out. I haven't figured anything out. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pal. Hey, Gumshoe. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. Top it off, you call me here? I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, detective. You better be, pal. Hey. I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky. It's okay, so, have you brought what I asked? Oh. You mean this, right? My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never a million years. Can I allow you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident. Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. Can't believe you, Chief Prosecutor, were a witness in that case. Miss Sky was a witness? Stay for me. You don't want anything to do with serial murders. Can I read them now? Oh, there's 4 pages. Okay, hang on. Hang on, chat. Perpetrator Joe Drake. Crime, serial murder, sentence, death. Victims, Edward Jones, Edith Kirby, Jeb Bates. There's a Marshall in there. There's a Neil Marshall. Rachel Moss, and Jason Knight. Trial head prosecutor, Miles Edworth. Witness, Lana Sky and Emma Sky. Investigative investigators, Dante Grant, Lana Sky. Head investigators, Bruce Goodman. Investigators, Jake Marshall, Abbott Star. Okay. Now what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma, but why? Why is your name in here? What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SO9 incident, is that... That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Drake killings. The Joe Drake... No. No, Lana. That's over with. No. No, wait. She ran away. Oh, you know, I just remember... I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr... Damon Grant, Miles Edgeworth. Mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. It can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you, you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. I better take a good look at this file. I already did. I already read it all while they were just standing there. I have no plan. I have no plan. I have no plan at all. I'm about to shoot in the dark on this. And you're about to see me do it too, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, dog. Okay. Okay. Alright. Court is now reconvened from the Star of Miss Lana Sky. Emma didn't come back. Allow me to call an witness to the stand. Officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Of course, he brings his flask to the courthouse. What is, please state your name and occupation. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Oh, I know. It's for my name. If you listen hard enough, you could hear howling winds call it out. To be exact, is Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling the winds? Never heard Edwards described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? This raw soul is as boundless as the desert sand. No paper can sum it up. Next, we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English. Alright, let's do it. Let's rock. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that's not my style. Besides, the room protected by 2 security systems. Anyways, alright. I was at the street side saloon at the time it went down. Just an innocent traveler, man. So if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. That wasn't played on English, stupid. Can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complain. Damn! Damn, Marshall, shit! Wait a minute. What do you mean by security cameras and the ID card reader? I reckon even a cowboy like you knows those things. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks on the evidence doors? Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickey are those? He's not being very helpful. He's not that good with machines. Or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses, now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Alright, Mr. Wright, it's all yours. I don't want him. I don't want to fucking deal with this motherfucker. We're on the bone orchard. That I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that's not my style. 2 security cameras. Anyways, if I remember right, I was at the street side saloon at the time it went down. Okay, where is said street side saloon? Wait, no you weren't. I have fingerprints. I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel steak lunches can beat that parlor's Vongol sepia pasta. You mean to tell us you abandoned your office duty to eat some noodles? Nah, desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what I mean. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson. That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, do not want to raise this year? Nope. I just saw something. You were not at a street side saloon, because I have your fingerprints on file. In blood, might I add. Hold it. Mr. Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called to testify like this? For all, you were in the security room at the time of the crime, and yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You notice a very large trail behind at the scene. To be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, I make my rounds. I didn't mean to skip that second part. I only wish it were, officer. You see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Witness. What's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at this crime scene? Blood was wiped away, however. A luminous test clearly revealed this. Seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. Take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the blood-stained fingerprints? Now let's explain the fingerprints found at the scene of the crime. Like I said, the only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderers touched the locker where my fingerprints was by chance. Blood-stained and the fingerprints are completely... Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it. What? You're telling me... You're telling me that the murderer happened to put his hand exactly where yours was? It wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. That's not... You're telling me that he put it exactly where your hand was. Yeah, okay. Bloodstained fingerprints. Let's rock. Says, only natural for my fingerprints be in the evidence room. That's because how'd you put it, pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. Listen, one more thing. The locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. The locker I used when I was the detective. The locker I still use. All that is there now is a heap of broken dreams. I see. I'm sure my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently, his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. You've been using the fingerprint locks all this time without ever knowing it. Okay, but that doesn't explain... This is my other thing. How'd you know the murderer was wearing gloves if you weren't even around? How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a blessing on the scene, though, to be left by the murderer. That's right. He has found Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprints. That's the only logical conclusion. You're trying to get the picture, partner? The picture? The sea of blood in the desert is the flood of the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. Security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. No, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Because if that was your locker, then why was there something new in the locker? When I should probably not present it yet. I should probably like press him on this first. What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to the crime, is that right? If so, that evidence is only direct evidence you have. That video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. Camera panning back and forth, the floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. We don't have time for your shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do. I do. He left a fucking handkerchief hanging out of his locker. Very well. I'm going to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being one making the mistakes. Now then, let's have another look at the video. I need to fast forward all the way to the fucking end. Nothing there. Locker opened. Nothing there. Fight takes place. Nothing there. Body. Pause. Random handkerchief just sitting out of his locker. Bring our attention back to the security cameras. The mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Texas, so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad. The key lies in the certain locker shown in the video. That locker, with the white cloth sticking out of it. That were the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. To show the cloth wasn't there beforehand. Yes. Oh, the white cloth, it's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. Like one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What more, you opened your own locker when the camera was turned away. Order, order. Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. Murderer needed to hide something, so he opened the locker and stuck it in. Not my fault he happened to choose mine. As everyone's staring at me like I'm a wanted man. You're dumb. He's not playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to run in your parade, but you're only the person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah, I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker, now prove it. I would assume that I just showed the locker, right? I was shown the evidence locker. I would assume. I would assume that I just have to show the locker. That makes the most objective sense. Yeah, because it says only the sign detective Prince can unlock it. Yeah. Yep. Fingerprint sensor. We talked about this earlier today. The only lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Hi, Walton. How are you doing? I do like this case. I've finished the rest of the trilogy. This is like all I have left. Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the lockers aren't that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, we have to say in 8 words or less. What is he biting? Is that like leather or like jerky? I only got one for review. He just says no. He's in a corner. He doesn't know what to do. Order. Witness, explain yourself. This is a joke. It's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Ole, please answer the question. What is he now? A bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure out the rest from here. We can? Just have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. If that's so, then where was the witness? See if Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right, the only possible conclusion. Badger, I fucking hate it. It's so annoying in the video. The only place Officer Marshall could have been is right here. Is this motherfucker. Officer Marshall was standing right here. There, but that's where victim Detective Goodman was. No, sir. Correct, unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up as Detective Goodman. But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know who Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card. And how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled a knife on me. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. It's simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Oh, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? I love when they're caught, they just like fucking freak out. You've got quite an imagination, partner. A term for that is called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. You're going to have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have some hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. Guess I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. Can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt? Mr. Marshall dressed up... Well... Yes, I do. Because in the video, he gets stabbed. If he were to take that shell off and get looked at on his arm, he would potentially still have a stab wound. Like you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. Yak, this can't be happening. So obvious, he's the one. What can I do? Looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics. The fucking video. He said that shit twice. He said that about the beard twice to the judge. I would have kicked him out. I would have been like, nope, I don't give a shit. You're guilty regardless. Phoenix, try thinking outside the box. Should take a look at proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. Rather, I should look at evidence that came about because he was in disguise. What do you think the locker was open in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. According to the defense's argument, Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking on the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. Yes. Yes. I hate it. I don't want to keep hearing this music. I'm just going to skip through this as fast as possible. This music is so annoying. I would assume that I would just, like, focus on him being stabbed, right? I would focus on this. The fact that he has, like, blood all over his shoulder. For some reason, you described yourself as Detective Good. And enter the evidence room, though you don't know what to do. To what end? Yet? However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When he asked for your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. Officer Meekins panicked. And the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. Is that Meekins' blood? Oh, you might be right. That is Meekins' blood. You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the code in your locker. Not bad, partner. Oh, sweet. He just gave in. I don't have to fucking fight with him anymore. Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? It was like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, y'all wouldn't have to be here now, would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. Alright, it seems the time has come. Alright, let's do it. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I saw the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. When expecting Officer Meekins, I knocked him out. Managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the cameras. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. So supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. No one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. Okay, fantastic. My guess is he's the donor. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. I have to cross-examine his fucking confession. Oh my god. I'm guessing you had to do it that day because... I'm guessing you had to do it that day because of the transfer of data, but I'm gonna ask. When you say it, you mean... You have to ask, partner. SL9 incident. 2 years have passed since the case was closed. It's going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. What did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time, no matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner, that crime is mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? Because I think someone in Marshall's family was a part of it. That day was my last chance, that's why I stole Detective ID and dressed like him. I plan to take out the evidence. Now what were you gonna do with it? Oh, yeah, that's an option too. If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did the fool the security cameras. Detective's ID card. I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out the lost items report. I returned his ID card, left it on the floor of the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean? I mean, the fingerprint-activated lock, of course. No matter how well you describe yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. In our circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself. But he could because the rubber guard just happened to be stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. Oh, and expecting Officer Meekins, I knocked him out. He pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off. Just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during the short time. Meekin certainly is a 1 in a million type of person, mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. I have to think a little more about his raise this year. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? Anyways, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. Sorry it had to turn out that way, with me knocking him out and everything. No, wait, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? I don't know what to say. So you knocked off Meekin's out and managed to escape. I knew which areas would be caught in the cameras. Which is weird because you don't even know that the doors had fingerprint locks. How would you know where the cameras are? So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long. I didn't think it would make a difference though. Security tape is erased. Every 6 hours. If all had gone to plan, no finish would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. Someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is on that day, well, a murder. There was no murder. But the blood found in the crime scene certainly indicates a crime took place, which is Meekins. What are you, blind? Victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker. Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. Still missing, Your Honor. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Mr. Marshall, let me ask you one thing. Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why'd you do this? Stealing detective's ID, injuring a police officer. That is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. Those have serious consequences. You can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are even a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. This has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. Am I supposed to press on this or ask or present? I'm gonna press and see what he says. But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Drake was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. Remember that Joe Drake case? It involved serial murders, did it not? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down that day. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why is he concerned with that incident? I know exactly what his reason is. I know exactly what his reason is. Is it? Is it pronounced dark? Okay, so I need to present, and I'm assuming I'm presenting... It is pronounced dark. My dyslexic ass was reading Drake. The R and A were like completely swapped in my eyes. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the Cecil 9 incident. It's not like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. Here's the 9 incident file right here. The name, Marshall, is mentioned in here. And a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago, he received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. Then the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you? He was my brother. Oh, poor man. He even took his hat off and everything. He's a fucking dork. He was investigating the murder with Damon Grant, the then deputy chief of police. Dark. I'm saying it right now. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. It was all we needed. I didn't mean to do that, but I believe it said he was arraigned and then he had received death penalty, some, blah, blah, blah. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew our brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. People lose sometimes, bud. And that's it? That's your only reason for your insane actions? There's more on my brother's death than what the record says. Not much to try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. It was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Now to fast forward the resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Sir Meekins confronted him, but rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. Oh, this again. Thing that happened by chance never ceased to amaze me. At the same time, the murder of the prosecutor's office. This fake murder was going on at the police department. Right, we still need a chance. It's gotta be more than just that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, it means the murder at the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which, in turn, means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. But wait, a verdict isn't reached in yesterday's trial. Which is why we examined the incidents at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery. It seems to me this boy got the draw on you, partner. All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. Testimony of one Miss Angel Starr is complete. Hang on. I want to check something. I want to look at something. I just had a random idea. Did I doubt? Chat. Maybe this is just me. Maybe I'll find out later. They do look a little similar, don't they? Because we already know these two are part of the same case. And these two like each other as far as I remember. What are the chances? I'm going to keep playing, but I'm going to keep that in mind. If you have a reason, response, make it a single word or less. Good word. I rest my case. The trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thank you. I didn't need to waste my time. Proving the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder in the security camera tape really was fake, but I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana's guilt. Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. Who said hold it? Understood. Your Honor, wait. Emma, defense has an objection. A scientific objection. What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright? You this girl going, Your Honor? In this sense, Your Honor, all I'm asking for is a minute of your time. Please hear me. Mr. Edwards, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 answer referred to the Joe Dark killings. Now that she mentions it, her name of both Skye sisters were in that file. But then I figured out, I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprints had nothing to do with this crime. That was the only one thing. On the other hand, you mean the traces of blood found in Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again. Did you find something? No. Huh? Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Is that all? Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. And I'm just an attorney. Gosh damn it, motherfucker. Right, Edward is cool, saying, you want a minute? I'll give you 3. I don't give a shit, dog. But Mr. Wright, traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh, boy. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright, regards to the incident in the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? Appears the defense is troubled by the other blood marks. Looking at the floor plan, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright? Sorry I can't be of more use, but still. If you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. Even if I ever need to concentrate, it's now. I need to find a problem with the fucking blood mark? Is it the fact that it's separated from the other ones? Wait. Whoa, wait. I just saw something. Yeah. How are there fingerprints on this if he was in the way? Someone would have had to move him to do it, but he wasn't moved. And he does have a handprint in the... Okay, I know what I'm doing. I got this. This handprint left the scene of the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright. Just staring pretty intensely at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is true. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn out here? Yes, something that, when drawn, was completely changing the meaning of the blood mark. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. Close evidence here. There's gotta be something I can use. The question is, what item can prove something was missing on the floor plan? The blue badger who was in the way of Gumshoe's locker at the time. What about that piece of plywood? Blue badger, mascot of the police force, defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plan of the crime scene. The blue badger is not here. So watch what happened when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well, what? That's right, so long as the blue badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a hand's print in this spot on the locker. Boom, look at that. I'm so good. Just what exactly does it mean? It means it shouldn't be there. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found in that locker. Don't look at me. It's right. I think it through scientifically. Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Meekin was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So it must mean this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in. Just a moment. We're not allowed such far-fetched balderdash in the courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. February 21st in the police department's evidence room. Blood was spilled, not once, but twice. But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. Problem is, the other time. Does a blood mark even show on the camera, or is it just like... Something bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman, when he was really murdered. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claims. The murder portrayed in the security footage has been proven to be fake. However, it does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence to prove when it occurred. When did it occur? Sir, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room. That's right, the blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well, tell us. When did the first incident occur? Mr. Edgeworth said proof must be presented. Oh, but I know what the thing, but it doesn't have anyone other than Edgeworth on it, doesn't it? Oh. Someone's card is just all 7s at 420. You're right. I don't know why I said you're right, like you guys. I like Edgeworth, okay? That's why I said so. I like Edgeworth. He's not a bad guy. He sucks, but he's not a bad guy. The crime scene took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have entered it. To do so, the ID card would have been required. ID card, oh, the ID card record. Officer Meegan brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50. And the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40. Ah! I didn't even remember. I never read it. Miles Edgeworth, what have you done? I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. Afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminal test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. Just been 10 minutes. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have been taking place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's look at that chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. Speedrunner Edgeworth. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there are no records of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with the multiple 7s. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is... I'm not reading that. I refuse. That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look at the owner of that ID card. At least, at present. What? Explain yourself, son. ID number belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such person's identity. That's ridiculous. Just how? I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. Is it 7 7s? Is it exactly 7 7s? Okay. There's one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an officer charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge. You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I don't like you. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I appreciate it if you kept your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay, let me ask a question. Yes? No, not you. To her. The defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. But Lana? Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we looked up her ID number, and it's not full 7. Don't play me a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The XL9 incident. Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Yikes. Okay. You need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of that prosecution for that trial. At the time, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Lana, I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crimes within the law. Before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, just what are you saying? I ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During the trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict we deserved. Lana, even if it involves forging evidence. So you did forge evidence in that crime, but at least you admitted it, so I'll take it. I will take it. She admitted it, so I'll take it. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Hey, at least she admits it, you know? She admits it. She could have been like other cops and just not admitted that she lied. But it's a 2-year case. Like, who really cares at that point? Actually, no, we should care. That's a 2-year case that resulted in someone getting the death penalty. I feel like that is probably a good reason to care, huh? What do you hate, watching this and knowing how it's supposed to go and watching me just fumble, or just this part in general? I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. I don't need to hear her say it again. I didn't know. I never knew there was an SL9 incident. It was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. It's like everyone's heard of these killings but me. I don't want Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do with those killing, Emma? She was... Oh. I understand. The night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Sir Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means you, yes, I was a witness in the Joe Dark trials. I didn't see that coming. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of this year, too. It was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then, suddenly, a terrifying man came bursting into the office, Joe Dark. I keep accidentally doing that. I didn't know what was going on. This time, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. Before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. And I saw, then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. Did it hit an ad? I need to keep a timer showing when I have ads. Cause I didn't even, did you hit an ad like right as I got there? I need that timer up. Why do I not have that? That's fucking gross. Did you hit an ad like right as I got to that part? Did you really? I didn't even know, I didn't think an ad would hit like that. I'm so sorry. Jesus. Yikes. Well, you know what's happening, but long story short, she watched Marshall get killed. For those who don't know, for anyone here lurking who doesn't know, she watched Marshall get killed, like on a thunderstormy night. I don't remember that moment where Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall, so you weren't able to testify about that. It's funny that it happened twice in a... God damn it. No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why Lana said she made up the crime. Made up, you mean provided bogus evidence. The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth, yes. I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. You're not Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true, even though he may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today. She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. Where'd you see the instant that crime occurred? Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. New Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. I came to Lana was cradling me in her arms. Grandma, you've been through so much. Is this retconning the corruption? Is that what that is? I couldn't bring myself to testify about this instance. I tried, but the words just couldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago. You must have been 14. That's understandable. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. Decided that when I grew up, I had become a scientific investigator. Be able to fight crimes with my testimonies and find the evidence that makes an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any. I see. I think I finally started to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about this crime. There's something that puzzles me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right? That's right. Why then was a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor. Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark has been taken in for questioning that day. Oh, that is kind of weird. I get it, but that is kind of weird, because, like... Okay, yeah, I mean, sure. Technically speaking, he didn't know, but that doesn't... That only worked for the one case. That doesn't work for every case. Any other case that they say that he forged evidence for, he still would be... He'd still be responsible for those ones. That only, like, actually makes up for the one specific case. So yeah, I see how that's kind of weird. I do see how that's kind of weird. Okay. I mean, I will admit, I love Edgeworth. Edgeworth is great. But that is a good point. I see what you mean. That is weird. Because that does completely invalidate him, like, forging evidence, huh? That doesn't completely invalidate that whole claim. Okay. No, I see it. I get it. I get it. I see what you're talking about. Thank you for questioning. You mean by the police? Of course, this happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. But why did you run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective office and the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. That's fair. After Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective. I better have another talk with her. That's fair. I get it. I get what you mean, Walton. Because that is kind of weird, isn't it? Alright, I guess we're going detention center first. Bye, Lana. Lana, Mr. Wright, it seems I kept causing you trouble. Falsely testifying. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing fools. Why should we? Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risk. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago. Yeah, the SL9 incident was a reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about the unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have the right to know, Mr. Wright. No, wrong. I need to talk, not move. You have a point, Walton. I get why it's there, but it also... I mean, they did say that's where it started. Hypothetically speaking, right? That's where the accusation started, and then from there, the accusation just never, like, fell off. And everyone used that case as the reason for it. But even then, yeah, it is kind of weird. Revelation were uncovered on the trial today. Not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial at Wizzy wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. I couldn't be helped, Emma. Trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. At least she's honest. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, 5:15 there was no murder at the police department. Tell me, it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said. Got you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why don't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. Still talk about the case she and Chief Grant cracked together. Chief Grant? He was deputy chief of police back then. But he still worked the crime scene. Damon Grant. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. It really idolizes her big sister. But now, you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you could use that experience in court, right? Grant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to that resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was second in command to the detective investigating Dark. I keep saying Drake. I keep wanting to say Drake, even though it's Dark. Second in command, that means the investigation lead was Damon Grant, right? Yes, Deputy Chief Grant and I shared the same office and the same investigations. They even had the same office. We led a team to the best of the best detectives on the force. Dr. Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. First time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place, when he tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Damon Grant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in the final stages and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Grant and Marshall left their guard down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Grant and myself. That's when he found me. So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana. It appears so. Filing some papers while Grant and Marshall were questioning Dark. Oh my god. Oh my god. Returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies. Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seemed Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had... I keep accidentally doing it. To be honest, I panicked. Picked up Anna, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her. After all, Her sister must have gone. After all, her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident. That's right. Quite a coincidence, huh? I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance. But the case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went extreme because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Sir Marshall, yes, his action came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of the case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Everyone was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, and the office that Damon and Grant and I shared. The officer at Mr. Grant now occupies by himself, the chief office. Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder. That was 2 years ago. Why would there be anything there from 2 years ago? Can I even get in there? Where would I go? Criminal affairs? I doubt. Let me see if I go to Detective Gumshoe Fair anywhere. Things seem kind of quiet around here today. You're right. Chief Detective seems the same, though. Let me go look for some other people to talk to. Right. We can come back here later. So I'm guessing I don't need to be here right now. I need to be at the police department entrance. There we go. Got it. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things turned out the way that when I woke up this morning. It's like K. Sarah. You never know where life will lead you. I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. It's like, where are you headed? There was the prosecutor's off for a little investigation. A voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today. Marshall, why did you do it? Why do you prosecutors head west? Ooh, that was my whole neck that just popped. I know for certain my mom did not pick that up properly. It probably looked like I died for a second there. Yep, it looked like I completely died. If there was ever a case I needed to know the truth about, it was this one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? It's like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. Yeah. I mean, it hurt. Oh, my neck's broken. My model's not recovering. What is happening? Whoa, hang on. Oh, V2, freaking Vroid, like, the NVIDIA tracker broke completely when I did that. Hang on. Okay, we're good. We're fine. We're back. We're good. Apparently, when I did that, the NVIDIA tracker, like, just stuck in that one position, and it kept me there forever. And I don't know why. That was weird. Where... Yeah, we're good now. That was weird. I've never seen it do that before. Also, lurkbait fishing is like constantly connecting and reconnecting. I'm actually gonna do a fish and check and see if it even works. It does work. It's not in the right place. It's definitely supposed to be up more. It's supposed to be here. But it does work. It just like broke for a second for some reason. And I fished up a bike. Of course I did. Who would have guessed? Starbot works. So that's good. Starbucks works. I feel like that's a win in some way, shape, or form. So everything's good, I guess. About as good as it can be. Remember what you mean, the switchblade knife with a broken tip? There's Joe Dark's alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. A question? Yeah, where's the tip of the blade? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there's a good chance this knife is not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, the possibility had been erased. The facts have been concealed with forged evidence? The case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SL9 incident left behind. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I just had to make detective when it went down. It was our first case together. How old was he, your brother? 27. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the king of prosecutors? I knew it. What are you looking at me for like that for? That's an honor for anyone. Mr. Marshall must have been really close with his brother. That day, the SL9 incident took place. That wasn't the same day as... That's right. It was the day of the evidence transfer. Interesting. Drilling that morning, and by nightfall, there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. Tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently, someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. Is it? Good. Ooh, my legs. There's something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? A minute 30 of ads? What the fuck? I mean, admit it's not great. I don't know if I can... I've never actually looked. Let me look. Can I do anything about ads? I can make the ads pre-rolls. I can make them pre-rolls, but like Twitch doesn't really allow me to like really update my ads. Here. I could do that. I guess set it to low. I didn't realize it wasn't on low before. Now it's just set to like the lowest it can be, which is 30 seconds of ads. Which is probably about the best I can do for not having a bunch of ads running. I can't do a whole lot though. Which doesn't actually give you a lot of leeway on ads. I can't do a whole lot, but I did what I can. I did what I could. If they did something to him too, the commissioner would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. I'll leave it at that. We'll see. They. Who are you talking about? Don't get upset, baby. I mean, Damon Grant and Lana Skye. The investigation lead Damon Grant and his second-in-command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. The case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office. Yeah, Damon Grant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She'd never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Skye was totally different when she left. Tell me what happened to my sister. Tell me, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Well, a secret. It all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it? Certainly enlightening. The one thing I sure found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. Someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. Someone is Damon Grant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I have a phone call. Hang on, chat. That's good, because I need to fucking stretch anyways. I'm back, chat. Also, thank you, Mackie, for the raid. I literally had like just gotten back and I had seen it. All right, well, back to that's not the right source. It's also broken again. The screen keeps breaking every time I move something. I love this game so much. I do love this game a lot. We're gonna get back to it in a second. So how was your stream, Mackie? What did you guys play? Oh, the music's still on, isn't it? Now that you can hear it on this scene. But what did you guys play? I hope you had a good. I need to do a shout out too. I almost forgot to do that. Oh, Mindwave. Yes, I played the demo for that on my own. It's such a good game. Mindwave is so good. There we go. I was trying to remember how to do it. That's why I was like kind of indisposed. I need it to be finished. I need the game my way to be finished. There's a had a monkey emote stuck on my ear. All right. Music's still on and I don't know why. I definitely turned it off. But back to the case. There we go. All right. Too bad I won't be around to work with you. When you become a real scientific investigator. Adios. Is this the last we see of Marshall? That's the last we see of Marshall. Marshall's gone now. I'm assuming I have to go to, like, the criminal's affairs? No one's here today. Not even Miss Starr. He's probably busy looking at what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. We proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case, but instead of looking, we just end up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. We gotta find all the answers by tomorrow. There we go. High prosecutors. Right, I'm going to the high prosecutors. Alright, you get some sleep if you need to, Mackie, but I do appreciate it a lot. Get rid of it here. Maybe he's being questioned by an inquiry committee. Took a real beating in court today. Yeah, with Lana admitting to false testifying 2 years ago. I guess we could just have to come back later. How do I get to where I'm supposed to be going? Where am I supposed to be going, actually? I accidentally took a screenshot. I'm stupid. Did I get that? I just realized something. Was I supposed to get something for talking to... I'm going to assume not, because I didn't. Let me talk to her again. Just to make sure. Did I talked to her about everything, right? Yeah, I did. I was looking at it and I was like, shouldn't this anything she said have been a part of like the inquiry? Like, shouldn't I have gotten something for it? I didn't get anything for it. I'm honestly surprised. You'd think I would have, but I guess not. Oh, you know where I'm supposed to go? I know where I'm supposed to go. I'm supposed to go back to... how do I get back there? I think I'm supposed to go back to, here. Yeah, there we go. And for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. Oh, he actually talked to us. Chief Prosecutor saying what she did and the decision what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, to mention our statement to the final media in tomorrow's trial. More chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Sir, I'd like to have a look around Chief Grant's office. Just use a connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. What are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. I can go there now. Yeah, let's go. I was just stupid. Why does he have an organ in his office? Why is it Bowser music? Wait, I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. I see that. I see that. I have that. I have that. I have that, chat. Right here. I have that. Wait, there's blood on it. What's oh? Hang on. Check out that pipe organ. It's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. You used to call me Little Miss Bach. Thought I was a genius. I get it. That seems fair. Oh. Hello, big man. Chief Grant. Put that paper he was reading on his desk. So, right, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full, too, with Mr. Marshall's conduct. Law's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean? My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? Yeah, I see that pot. Picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil and Marshall. Took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. Can't seem to put my finger on it, though. I know exactly what's wrong with it, is that I have that exact base with blood on it. Anyways, I like to reminisce all day, but there's a matter that needs my attention. I'm gonna lock up here, so we can get out together. But this office, crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? Case has been long since it's been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. I was saying we still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it any further. Hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Mr. You aren't welcome. Seems that case isn't over with yet, after all. What do you mean? Chief Grant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there's a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. I'm gonna assume back to the criminal's affairs. Yep. Hey, Gumshoe. Hey, pal. Detective Gumshoe. Aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? Just taking a breather. My feet hurt. Been sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Totally Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth, no. Why do you ask? Under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. Almost like the battle between you two in court. That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yikes. Can you help? Why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is a guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around with Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talents and as a prosecutor kept him safe from those who didn't like him. But now, with this, they really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top, Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know for making enemies. Hey, Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. Seems you don't have any problem with enemies. Yeah, well, careful not to stick out. Anyways, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edwards just might crack. Yesterday, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. Seemed genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything? The only Dark left behind was during his final attack. His final attack, you mean, when he killed Prosecutor Marshall who was trying to protect some girl. Me. Senior Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most of it. Oh, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, look. Oh, I forgot. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? Powers of recollection never fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. Might jog his memory. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just a run-of-the-mill businessman. What made him take to serial killing? One day, on his way home from work, he hits someone with his car. So it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed him. A kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. Dark came upon the scene and killed as well. Finally turned himself in. I didn't click for that. That just happened. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. He's a furry. Never that. Couldn't be me, personally. I could never. I would never. Imagine being a furry. Anyways. There wasn't a single shred of evidence, so he turned himself in. In the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim, Prosecutor Marshall. The crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily, Darker was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness? A.k.a. Emma. How do I present stuff to him? Is it... It is. It's this. And then, this? Yeah. So yeah, it should be this. About this. Hey, is that? The tag is attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be broken. It would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Since that case was closed, this knife's been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. It was found in Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it. Now I remember what the incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me the knife, it all came back to me. Well, what is it? Detective, quick, before you forget again. This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right, we traced it back to the store he bought it at. Plus, it had his fingerprints on it. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well anyways, take a guess where the broken tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. The knife broke in Marshall? It was found deep inside the stab wound. Smashed the knife? You bet. Down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Okay. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you for one more thing? What is it? There's some money you need. You should ask Chief Grant. Not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? Before Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. Chief's out now, and his office is locked. We'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective ID card can unlock the door. What? Really? But if I let a civilian in there, they'd be charged with a breach of trust. Breach of trust? So Grant's giving out grants. Like, I need some money. Right, that's such a bad knife if you stab something with it and it breaks. So they put, I'd be canned. Oh, sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. However, how about this ID card? Detective Goodman. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe is the only chance of getting into that office. What if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind? Do I have something to show him that would help him change his mind? I don't think so. What would I have to show him? Do I not have it yet? Okay, cool. That sounds like fucking backtracking. My favorite. I talked to everyone. Did I not? I thought I talked to everybody. No one here. Oh? Where's Beckett? There he is. Oh, there we go. That'll do. What are you doing here? He sure has clicked to that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? Huh. Gotta live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So, what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. Alright, fine. That was the last of my water. After that, I have Kool-Aid and a dream. But I did hydrate, and I will stretch. Ah! There we go. Thank you. No excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do erases that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error. My responsibility as a prosecutor in charge. That fact that remains no matter what excuse I might have. Edgeworth. I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial from tomorrow? First, last year's trial and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. Oh, they're husbands. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on a trial. Tomorrow's the last day. Too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? List of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists. That's odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been a part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect's guilt. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture, something seemed strange about it. Can you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered. You were participating in a ceremony over the station, right? I don't really care for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this. Those received awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. Finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back. Something back? This. Oh yeah, Chief Grant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in the case that was closed half a year ago. I may bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief wanted you to. That's right. Can I show him that picture? Does he do anything if I show him this? I mean, I could try. I doubt he'll do anything. The picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Grant's office. He was a Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding. It's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. Ah, I see. I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor trophy looked like until 2 years ago. Story behind the design. A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling us? Simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Okay. Well, hang on. I wish I would just say it, like, keep going instead of, like, make you go back to talk. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. First means halberd. Second means shield. Have you heard this story? Me? Oh, sure, everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though, for Emma's sake? Very well. Me too, dog. Unstoppable force versus immovable object. True. Long ago, the kingdom of Chu, there was arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd of he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. Second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyways, as you mentioned, the very description of these items contradict each other. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus, the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize... Precisely. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchants at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if the result is something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. That's so. Why were you only given a shield? You'd have to ask Chief Grant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Chief Grant. Is that might be it. I'm gonna guess that that's what I have to show, and we're gonna go back towards. Oh, it's you again. Do you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Jesus. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transfer home. This can't be attributed to a mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something, you know? That little scene I happened to witness? This is Lost Dab Detective Goodman with a knife. Now, how much past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Star's hatred towards Lana. This all dates back to 2 years ago. Something tells me that I might be right, and that Angel and Lana Angel might have been the one who killed Joe Dark. That name's not soon forgotten. That's the name I'll not soon forget. Oop, I just dropped something. I don't know where. There it is. I thought I cut myself for a second there. I had to check. Trying for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though. Must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? Death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. I thought my phone just rang. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Sky. My sister. The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Lana and Chief Grant. The legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't be wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. But it's still obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found were presented. You don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Right? Like, this, Jesus. That would change anybody. I feel kind of bad for him, even though he's kind of an asshole. I feel bad for a fucking, what's his name, Marshall? I already forgot his name, I'm not gonna lie. I already don't remember his name. He was so, like, just there for me that I don't remember his name, like, at all. But I do feel bad for him. Jake, yeah. I feel bad for him. I feel like he deserved, it makes sense, you know? Like, I understand why, but I don't think it really justifies anything at all. You know what I mean? In the case, all save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. The last guy transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. I always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? The last guy was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Dana Grant and Lana Skye. Grant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kind of cases together, didn't they? David Grant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that, I mean his ability to attract evidence. He'd produced the most incredible evidence in the case he's handled. Incredible evidence, you mean? Oh yes. There are rumors of him even back then. No one dared confront him though. I'll take it she's talking about forging evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All detectives wanted to be like her. Myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would even have recovered from this shock. That's what makes it all more infuriating. And that's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why does she have to turn so cold after that? Oh, I get it. She transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Grant's powerful influence. Chief. That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and that no one could stand in his way. Prosecutor's office. You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he can control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. Must have been his goal all along. But how could control... I'm getting a call again. Give me a second, chat. I have returned, chat. I have returned. Sorry about that. My wife had called, so you know how it is. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Star. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create a fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Okay, so I didn't get anything from that. Oh, you know what? Detention center. Can I talk to her about anything else? Nope. Okay. I'm going to assume that I've gotten what I needed, then. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning to a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Okay, that's DJ. I gotta admire your persistence, but my answer is still no. I'm not letting you into the chief office, period. Did my model just break again? Are we good? No, I'm fine. I'm good. Oh, you know what's fucking up my model? My glasses were crooked that whole time. It'd be my neck on the line. The office of the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. Have to look in there. There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. Oh, wait, back. Did I get any new talking points? No. I did just get, like, 2 things. Maybe if I present... I don't know why the sword, like, caught me off guard. Let me share a little advice with you as a detective. If you don't have a clue, keep your trap shut. I can get it now, but I don't have it. I don't have it, but I can go get it. Okay, understood. Where do I have to go? It's not here. It's not there. Do I have to talk to you? No. I'm assuming it's me talking to someone I haven't already talked to, right? I would assume so. Do I have to show something to her, maybe? I have to look around places? Oh, that's lame. Okay, understood. We'll start in the parking lot and we'll just kind of go from there. I would assume I'm looking for something new. I know, Twitch delay is terrible. I wonder. Random idea. Let's just leave it on the couch. I saw something that looked like that somewhere. Like this? No, it's only different. Now, where was that? She's right, something amiss here. Got it. Understood. No, we already talked to him about that. We talked to him about that already. That's not new. Oh, or maybe it's because I've already talked to him? Question mark? I doubt, but like... Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutor award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day. We're sorry to come to you, of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. Say, this design based on an old Chinese parable, right? Yeah, everyone knows that. There's this thing, dragon. Yeah, that's it, a dragon. He had a thing for shields, see? It's not exactly the version we heard. No, but this one sounds more exciting. Anyways, he's kind of gory after that. I'll spare you the details. No, that's not it. Right! No, you're right. No, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. He said he dropped something. I didn't mean to do that again. You're so right. I completely forgot that you said that he dropped something. I already read the bottom of it. I think so. Fuck Von Karma. I remember him. Fuck Von Karma. I know where I'm supposed to go now. I know exactly what I'm supposed to do now. You're so right, because I completely forgot that they said that when I went into his office. I don't like Von Karma. Fuck Von Karma, dude. I know where I'm supposed to go, though. I know what I'm looking for. Yeah, because it's not... Yeah. You. I wonder what he's writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look. Aren't you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. There's a Goomshoe at the window there. Oh, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What letter of... If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? Me too, dog. I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. The path I've walked hasn't been a just one. Can't forgive myself for what I've done. No one should forgive me either. No, I think he's... Uh-oh, I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. Sort of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Got it. Figured it out. We got there eventually. It took me a second, but we got there eventually. Criminal Affairs. Present. Bada bing. Bada... That was wrong. Did I read it? Due to recent events, I hereby announce my resignation as police prosecutor. He really wrote a resignation letter. Wow, even when resigning, Mr. Edgeworth is cool and concise. Still, it wasn't his fault. Someone has to be held responsible. That's how it is in the grown-up world. Yeah, but that responsibility means nothing if he just quits. Not everyone sees it that way. To truly take responsibility, you should have to work the rest of your life to pay for no pay. It's one tough grown-up world, then. Got it. Understood. I didn't press present, though. Try now. What's this scrawled up piece of paper? Look at it. He's breathing hard. This man was mad. Now, Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? Can't believe they pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice too, but I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence, but we betrayed him. Detective. That's it, I made up my mind. But, here, take my ID card. We can't do that. Someone found out. We won't let you off the hook for another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this. For Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective. Thank you. Got it. We're there. I'm sure that hurt you to watch me fucking fumble that shit for like 20 minutes. But I got there eventually. Here goes, Mr. Wright. We're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that's what happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. He got slapped, didn't he? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Gumshoe, what are you sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking, I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, Take your ID back. Gumshoe's ID crushed and returned. Rendered unusable in his pocket. Hey, don't do that to my card. I didn't get the chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? No, now we're lucky. Now, come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. Alright, let's look around. No, not move. Wrong button. Wrong button. Examine. Big safe. This is the real deal, isn't it? The Herman needs weapons. Sure, pal. Chief doesn't care for imitation. First the pipe organ, now this armor. You know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone to this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. You don't have any taxes to pay. Just be quiet of what you say. Who knows? Chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Check out, you guys don't know how scary that guy can be. It's safe, isn't it? Safe. Oh, we're just ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so. Looks like a code needs to be entered in the panel. Open it. 7-digit number. I think I might just know what it is. There's no way, right? You know what it is? I have a hunch. You know? I'll try my birthday. A bear idea. I hate my life, dog. I hate it here. That was a fucking shot in the dark, but okay. Let me dinner. Whose birthday was that, pal? You're a mystery of the mystery executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean that's ID number? I think you're 1-7 shy of that this time. Well, I mean one thing. That's Chief Grant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's a, yep. That looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? Something else in here, too. This looks like a piece of leather cloth. It's got a fingerprint on it. It's a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. Think that Chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, I just had a thought. This is all just a thought. Is that it? That's all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth and a handprint on a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of the evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove that they have something to do with this case, afraid I can't just let you take them. They're all my neck of the line here. Great. I have to prove their relevancy to them. How are these two unrelated to the SL9 incident? Come on. Maybe something we should show, Detective. I know exactly what they are. Well, I know exactly what at least one of them is. One of them is this bad boy. The missing pot, right? Piece of the pot right there. So I can present that. But I don't know what the second one is. Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar? I remember when the three of us put that back together. Well, those were the days. Kind of early to be nostalgic. And this jar had a piece of the evidence for that case. That's right, one of the shards had been in the SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells, you know? That fragment we just found? I mean, this one? That was in the safe? Yes, this one. That was in the safe. Gumshoe's a little slow, but he gets there eventually. As you mentioned it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Here, let me see that shard. Take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. That's right, here's some glue. Piece this together again. I'll prove Chief Grant was knowingly hiding evidence. Should be that way, I think. Yep, thought so. There, fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Willing and Loney hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from SL9 incident? But, hey guys, get a load of this. What is it? The piece you just attached is different from the others. There's a reddish line on it. A reddish line. That's blood. And I get it. Why would Chief Grant hide this in his safe? Okay, now I need to figure out what the other piece of cloth has to do with anything. I mean, I only have 2 pieces of the SL9 case, so I would assume it's something with this. But there's nothing missing on this. Chief's office. Let's go to this side of the room. Was that your sister's? Yes, this is where I was waiting for Lana, on that day 2 years ago. Is anybody using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Grant's office now. He practiced a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it here. This is a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. Ever since Lana left, no one has ever touched that desk. No one except Chief Grant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Until 2 years have passed since that incident, there can't possibly be any clues remaining. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, it's the only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think, nah. You wouldn't be, no. There's no way. Never mind, don't worry about it. Okay, now then let's look around. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy, huh? What is it? Someone said you don't worry about it. It's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go like that. It's starting to get on my nerves. So what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Grant might be a suspect, do you? Probably. Chief Grant. Let's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, again, ignoring me. Something tells me I should probably look at her desk, huh? Can I? What can I look at over here? Seats are mostly empty. Lana must have cleared them out when she transferred over. Let's pull a picture frame on the left side. Hey, this is where Lana and I went to that theme park. This is Lana's desk. It sure is tidy. Lana's always been meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Will I ever come back here? No. Chief Grant must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. That were the stuff legends were made of. Keep in the memory of her, or in the memory of crime? Look at that right giant window. Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside. This is the 15th floor. I know, I was just saying... Saying what? Since making detective, I always dreamt of doing something like that. That's the stuff. Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. He doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that. Okay, so check that, check that, check that. Picture, maybe? Let's take it on the day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. They're receiving his award trophy. Mr. Marshall took a picture here and went along with Chief Grant to question Dark. But he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, you think? Okay, well this isn't... Chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally we heard him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department. Second floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building. Detective screws up, the chief calls him to his office and makes him listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. After that, detective can't hear anything for days except for the ringing in their ears. So it's an instrument of punishment. Is Chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyways. That's besides the point. I'm missing something. Wait. No. Anything on his desk? Besides the desk being of that. When you were here earlier. Was you two? The paper he was reading in his desk. I don't know what he was reading. It's like a list of evidence. A list of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Look at the case name. Huh? SL9 incident. What was this doing here? Hold on, detective. What did you just say? Said, I wonder what... No, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long. That's right, I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence. There's evidence that seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. What would the other half of the list be doing here? You know what, Chief must be hiding something about the case. It would appear so. Better look a little more into this list. Huh? Whoa. What this is? Looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here. What is it? Did you find something? Can't make it out. I better keep quiet about it for now. Huh? Oh no, it's nothing. Why are your eyes moving like that, Mr. Wright? Oh, that's a permanent image that she had stuck in her mind. Okay, I'm missing something. I don't know if I'm missing something or what. I have to be missing something because the day hasn't progressed. Can I, like, present it to her now that it's just me and her in the area? I doubt, but I'm gonna try it. No, I've noticed that defense attorneys have a tendency to want to show people things. Nope. Okay, cool. So I'm missing something. I still need to find a way to make Gumshoe give me the other piece of evidence in the safe. I need to present something. That's what the chief was reading before, wasn't it? You know, when we first came in here? Yeah. It's like the right side of the form has been torn off. This really was the only half of the whole thing. Nothing else is bugging me more than that. Take a look at the back of the form, pal. The back? No. Okay. I'm afraid I won't be able to give you any information. That's why I have to get it all out of my system now. You understand, don't you? Good, negative, detective. We do want to share information with you, though. Okay, well, who am I fooling? I never had anything useful to share to begin with. I'm missing something, and I don't know what. What am I missing? I need to present something else to him to let me take the other thing. Am I supposed to... I had to search it up. I know what I'm supposed to do now. I know exactly what I'm supposed to do now. I need to actually inspect this for fingerprints, don't I? Look here, it looks like it's like blood. Different though, blood stains on the other piece are just bad. There's a line, that's odd. How do I inspect for blood? Because I know that's a thing I can do. There we go, shoot. Oh, yeah. It's a great idea, detective. Alright, go downtown. Sheesh. What are you doing? Or are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we want to take, huh? Come on, this is time for jokes. Talking about the cloth we found in the safe. Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprints on it, right? Jeez, where's your sense of humor? Okay, so I need... They've been absorbed by the prints, blow the rest away. Okay, so I need to... Just put a lot of dust everywhere. And then blow it away. Alright, cool. That's one. Not my best shot. This won't be any good for matching prints. It doesn't look like we'll get a cleaner result from this print. Alright, so I just have to try different prints until I get a better... something better. Okay, got it. Understood. I got it. We're back. Is that better? No. Middle finger, maybe? I know this was more fun on the DS for doing this whole fingerprint tapping thing. I think this one was on the DS. I mean, this one's solid. It's just not like confirming. There we go. Got it. No. No. Emma's fingerprints. Why is it Emma's fingerprints? Why is it Emma's? No, how could this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints are they? Huh? Oh, it seems prints are too old. They're not clear enough to get a match. Oh, it's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's fingerprints. Hey, you over here. What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Just keep this information from Emma for now. Hey, maybe you should hold on to this. Well, was I any help? Of course. It's your ID card. We were able to get some hard evidence. No, that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID, he would have been useless. Oh, fuck. Heath Grant. We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Alright, well... That's not great. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in science. As I walked to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw straight...
That's interesting. Many people find meaning and guidance in...
Thank you, Siri. What the fuck? I'm so sorry, that was probably so loud for y'all. I don't even know why that activated. Look out the window and saw a straight out rung into that pole. Just then I thought of a certain detective. You mean me? Now then. Fred, I'm gonna have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. You need the coat? Draw off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But sir. Now get out. Damn. Okay, Grant. He's fired immediately. Wait. You, the one without the spiky hair. Don't get me, sir. Like a word with you. But sir, I'm not licensed. You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. Look, pal, I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. Chief office is off limits, but no. You just had to go sneaky in there like I did. They just didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew I'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Grant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. Why has he kept eerily silent about it all this time? Now he's listening to me? Try to smooth things over with the Chief again. Later, pal. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions. She should be busy for the rest of the day. I see. So the Chief asked Emma to come in for questions. There's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. I've already told you all I can. told me over these past couple of days, absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured out. I knew it was that's lurking behind those words. You did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. Seems Edworth was right. Why is my cat sitting on my keyboard? Edworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-head is the term he believes I use. Chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. Not that you're unwilling to tell the truth, that you're incapable of doing so, of a certain individual. Intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? Do you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting, no. I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who may I ask is this person you're speaking of? What I'm supposedly so frightened of was this person's name. Damon Grant. Oh, this guy? Right, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. Take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. Expect him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edworth will be brought before the board to inquire what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it though that Chief Grant's name was never mentioned? Edworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who have the possibility tampered with the evidence was me. I have access. I skipped it again. Yes, but also another one. Damon Grant. If you intend to accuse Chief Grant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Grant falsified evidence in that case. I have a couple, actually. I have a couple things to pick from. I don't know which one to pick. I'm going to assume, though, the is. I think. Found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence would know other than Chief Grant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for them? Touche, Mr. Wright. So as you surmised, I can't disobey the chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright, you can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. The murder of Detective Goodman. Perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Though I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I needed to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. To find it inside the trunk of Miles Edworth's car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edworth's car. The trunk lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. Murder weapon? You mean Edward's knife? No. I found the body. This knife was stuck in it. The knife from the SL9 incident. Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. That would be Edward's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking and the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. That was the reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes. Seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Miss Starr, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't even want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So, you had Dark's knife. The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. Edward's exhaust pipe. Right, then I called my sister. Tell her what happened and ask her to hide the knife. That was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma was so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Grant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. To Jake Marshall. Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator of the 9 incident has been murdered. I wanted the fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. The other person I could trust, or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escape of his own. Oh, you mean... Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He's already stolen the ID card. It seemed he didn't make up his mind to break into the evidence room. My phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. Lana might still go to jail for that, actually. I think she still goes to jail. That's all I can tell you. Alana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and as an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. In Rostrov, there's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. Gotta get to the bottom of everything. Eggerman, real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago? Okay. And that's that for this stream. I think this is where I stop officially. And I'll save the trials, the last trials, for next stream. I think that's where I want to... I think that's what I want to do. I think I want to save the rest of the trials for the next stream. Also, I want to see if this is still... It's still broken. Why is it still broken? Alright, there we go. I fixed it again. Anyways, yeah, that's that. Oh my god, it's broken here too. Let me guess, and that broke it here. Oh, okay, cool. Got it. Fixed it. Cool. Yeah, that's that. That's the end of stream there. Also because my neck hurts, like, bad. I have been streaming for almost an hour, 3.5 hours. Now, I want to see if I can find someone to raid. Actually, I think I know who we're raiding. I have a good feeling I know who we're raiding. If he's actually streaming now, which he should be. I was wrong. He's not. I don't know. I don't know if I'm... Maybe not. Alright. No raid. I'm just gonna end it there. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Hope you all had a good... I started the music a second time. I hope you all had a good time. I know I did. I will see you all next time. Bye.